hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
Hey, Damon, you want to start this? I think it's only right, man. You back, man. It's been
man.
a month of Sundays.
For real, man. Hey, what's going on, world? Holla at your boy, man. I know it's been a hot minute. I know you guys miss me. You know, having Dumbo and Tish is a lot. But I'm here to calm things down. We're gonna have a good pod today, man. I'm glad to be back, though, man. I got a lot of shit going on, man. I'm at a new command, a carrier. Hey, it's different. We're gonna get into some of that in a few minutes, man. But we got a guest, man.
Yeah,
we got a guest, man.
We do,
so, man, I can't wait to get into it with him, man. You know, he goes by CJ. You know, YN1. You know, so, man, we ready to get into it, man. Talking about any and everything, man. So I can't wait, man. Let's get it, man.
He got the decade hat on, David.
Hey, man, look, I was gonna bring that up, man. Hey, you can't do nothing but show him love. You cannot do anything but show him love. He jumps on the pod. He throws a D-set hat on, you know, and he's ready to rock and roll, man. Like, hey, like only a leader of damage control can do. You know what I mean? That's what we do, man.
Hey, so I got to shout my mom up. You wasn't here last episode, right? But I talked a little bit of, like, I was having fun. And my mom was, you know, the butt of a couple jokes. But she, you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't no bad. And she ain't make me shout her out even like she like, yo, get on the next pod and like shout. Nah, she ain't do that. But she's the butt of a couple jokes. But I think she knew it was all in good spirit and fun. So I want to shout her out because she texted me after she heard the episode. And she was like, yo, I heard the episode. You know what I mean? And then after she said that, she said, I can't wait till David get back. That's like
yes,
literally
indeed.
like,
I'm back too. Shouts out the mom. Stay on his ass. Stay on his ass, mom. Don't let him get out of line.
Yeah, that's really the way that shit kind of read out. Hey, CJ, real quick, man. I know like that we about to get into something real early. Because I know you are for Chief, and this episode drop on Mondays, and this would be day one of the season. But before we get into that, what I do want to do is thank you starting off because you didn't ask what we're gonna be talking about. Like, and I appreciate that. Like, thank you. Whatever somebody asks what we gonna be talking about, like, I'm always shocked. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's a talk show. You know, it's a podcast. People be like, hey, yo, what we gonna be talking about? I'd be like, oh shit. Yeah, damn, they want to know what we talk about. Yo, Damon, we got to come up with some questions for this person, like beforehand, man. You know what I mean? Like, I never want to tell them, like, yo, we just like we just not prepared, man. like we going into this thing blind,
we
man.
Just
so
be talking, man.
Yeah, but I guess you listen to us, so that's enough respect, right? Respecting enough that you don't even got to ask what we talk about. We gonna figure it out when we get here, man. What's up, though, man? How you been? How's life? And I'm talking to you, CJ. How's life? What's on your mind right now? And it's Friday. You board eligible?
What's on my mind? Monday. This is about to be the shortest weekend of my life.
Yeah,
really. Like every week you work just to get to that Friday, but this is probably one of the only times like I want this weekend to be over. I got all these Chiefs in my head talking about. All these Chiefs in my head talk about, hey, I'm gonna see you the mess on Monday because I want senior sale of the year. And typically, you know, you win senior sale of the year, they make Chief. But in my mind, I'm not trying to get too hyped. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to stay humble with it. I'm trying to, you know, because it's always that what if I could be the one person in the 100 that don't make Chief after making senior sale of the year. And I'm not trying to sit there and brag and boast and be looking stupid on Monday. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm prepared for it. I prepared my village. I told my wife it's going to be some crazy days. So don't think I'm outside doing nonsense. You know, I'm getting ready for the season. I prepared my village. And only thing on my mind is Monday. That's it. I don't care about nothing I got to do at work. I don't care about my work list on Monday and nothing.
Can you do me a favor?
Hey, go ahead.
What's that?
On Monday, right? If you do hear your name, the episode gonna be out. and it's gonna say YN1 Pride on Monday. What I'm asking you not to do is say, "Hey, yo, can you change that? The Chief Select Pride."
Nah, we gotta change that. YN1 Select. I need that.
The episode gonna be out.
I'm gonna need y'all.
This ain't like a Kanye album. You know what I mean? Like,
We need you to put that in the comment. Go ahead and put that in the comment.
Is it the graduation or late registration? I need to know.
His new joints, the ones that change every 3 days.
Oh no, you do what you want with those. That last one he just dropped was, come on, bro, just rap. Kanye, just rap, please.
Yeah, he be getting over the best beats and like just sounding horrible. Ty Dolla $ign sounds great, but Kanye just sound horrible on these joints.
I miss the old Kanye. I got a t-shirt that say that. I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah. You from New York, right?
From Brooklyn. From Brooklyn. New York is, you ever meet somebody in the Navy, they say, I'm from New York. They from like Syracuse or something.
Hey, man, I don't want to know
somebody from the city, they going to say exactly where they from.
Say you from Brooklyn, your voice got deep in here. Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. From Brooklyn. Just like you, the country Bama's, y'all represent y'all chitlins and hog maws and fatbacks.
Let's go.
This is not a chitlin safe place right now.
Yeah, no. Hey, CJ, so look, good luck, man. Good luck. By the time this episode drop, you should be hearing your name at either soon, depending on when you listen, or you already heard your name. But Damon, with the season coming up, right, what's some of your expectations?
My expectations changed a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, right? I'm excited. Believe it or not, man, I get just excited as damn near when I made it, years and years ago, man. I'm that excited to see, the youngins come in there with different mindsets. You know what I mean? And just to see just the time difference. Sometimes I just sit in the corner and listen on the difference when I made it and now, right? And then that helps me when I'm trying to adapt. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's all it's about. It's about adapting this shit and moving forward, right? So I love to sit back like a fly on the wall and watch, right? And then I get that opportunity also to actually train and like teach and then, see people like really like, I'm paying attention in this shit, right? Because now you about to come in the mess. You're really like paying attention to what's being said and what's going on. And it means something to give back when it comes to that stuff. But Dumbo, I was when YN1 said, something about, him being, Sailor of the Year and typically, Sailors of the Year make it and all that. How many times, Dumbo, have you had to probably eat your words on that? When for a fact, you think in your mind said, hey, this guy's going to make it. And then you come up there, you telling him, you be like, hey, I see you in the mess tomorrow. I can't wait. And then they don't make it and you see them in the P-way. You know what I mean? Around the corner, you see them coming towards you, man. Like, how do you handle that, Dumbo?
Yo, bro, I ain't never tell nobody that, ever.
It's the best way to go.
I ain't never told nobody that. I ain't never told nobody that, Damon. Have you?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, I have said it before, man. But I haven't said it in a way like you're going to make it. I'm more of a guy that says, hey, you got a good chance of making it.
Yeah.
And it feels the same to me, though. It feels like if I even say that word, I say, hey, you got a good shot at making it. It almost feel like I should have went in and told him he was going to make it, or he or she going to make it.
That's good.
When I see him, but when I do say that, I have to address the elephant. I'm not the guy that's going to shy away from it. I'll be like, hey, come see me. Come see me, in a few minutes or whatever. And of course, they don't want to in the beginning. Give them a couple of days or whatever, they'll come see me. Yeah. But, I have to feel like I have to, talk to them afterwards. And I feel bad. I mean, look, I know shit feel like shit afterwards.
Nah, bro, you know why, right? You know why. And CJ can attest to this shit. You know why? Because when somebody asks you to look at their record, it's like they don't leave to you. Like, they really want you to say if they gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like, you can look at somebody. I be looking at, I know. Like, I'll be looking at somebody's record, right? And I tell them every single thing. Like, yo, your record looks good. If I saw this record, it definitely would be impressive to me. This is a good record. Records like this, people have made it before, probably with like everything but looking at your, because I can't tell nobody that, because the results gonna come out. They might not make it. And it don't matter what I say, but it'd be like a 5-minute conclusion. They'd be looking at me, and I'd be like, yeah, your record good, man. Good luck. And then they still be looking. I'd be like, yeah, you got a really good chance, man. Good luck. Then they still be looking.
I'm not trying to hear that.
It's like, what the fuck you want to hear? Like you gonna get selected? I can't tell you that.
Yes,
yes.
Man. I sent my record off to 25 people this year.
Yeah.
About 15 people responded, and it's like, hey, everybody said something different. So this is an experience I'll never forget, and I'll never, this is my first time I ever send my record out to people.
Yeah.
I'll never do it again, because this dude and that dude and that dude, they all said totally different things.
Yeah.
It's all opinion based.
Yep. That's what messed me up.
What I'm supposed to do with this information? Like, I'm supposed to listen to this Master Chief or this Master Chief?
Yep.
So it's really a waste of my time, honestly. The big thing is make sure you ain't got no gaps in your periodic evals. Make sure your record is up to date, and let the rest be the rest, because everybody, like, you don't know who's sitting at board. So whoever's sitting at board, they might have a totally different opinion from the people that reviewed your record. So it really honestly doesn't matter. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. You just got to make sure your stuff is, you got all your X's crossed and all your I's dotted.
At the end
That's
of
what
the day,
you really do.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's your record, right? And I had to tell myself that I picked up like my second time up. But the first time I went to people and, going up and like different people, they got me going. And like, I'm going up the yellow brick road, I'm going back down it, I'm going this, that. Like, so the second time I'm like, all right, look, looking at the precepts, looking at the convening order, I know what the board is looking at and looking for, right? And I could say, coming from the board, that's what the board is looking at and looking for, right? From when I set the board, that's what they looking at and looking for, the precepts and the convening order, and your ECP, right? Whatever's on your ECP, fully best and fully qualified. That's the board is pretty much latched into following that guideline. And as long as you got everything there, everything else is a best practice. You know what I mean? And how somebody else made it. So I had to get out of that shit too. Cause I'm like, somebody be like, a dude I respect to be like, oh no, you gotta have this with your package. And then I go to another dude I respect and they like, man, I ain't have to have that with my package. He's like, man, you ain't have to have that.
Exactly.
So like, yeah.
I tell you what I learned though, man, over the years of looking at people packages. And I know I haven't set the board. So I had to calm it down, bro. I had to set back. And now I will probably look at some damage control packages or whatever, right? But since I have not set the board, I'm not qualified, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not qualified to tell people this and this and this. Yeah, I looked at the same thing you look at, true, facts, but you got people with different opinions. You got people who grade packages differently, don't have my mindset. How am I going to sit there and tell you press 100? They going to press 100 on you, right? I shouldn't do that. And I had a mentor tell me that before. We was grading patches, and after we got through grading packages, he tapped me on the shoulder and like, let me talk to you for a second. And he asked me, Dave, have you set the board before? And I said, no. I said, you can't say this, man. You can't say that, man. And I was like, I was a little young pooper scooper. You know what I mean? I was a little young pooper scooper, man. You know what I mean? Thinking I'm helping the fleet. You know what I mean? Thinking I'm doing big things in this board, talking to him. He said, he put me, but it made sense though. He didn't get on my ass about it. Yeah, he just started talking to me and he said, hey, and then light bulbs started going off and shit. Like, yeah, it made sense, man.
He pulled you alongside.
Thanks.
Right? He pulled you alongside, David.
He pulled me to the side. What I say? I say he pulled me to the side.
I'm saying he pulled you alongside. You know what's funnier about that is he was seeing you do this shit throughout the
and afterwards
the hour. He was like, this motherfucker.
The whole time, boy. The whole time he saw me doing it. He tapped me before. He ain't say nothing the whole time, man. I didn't hit about 10 sailors up, man. 10 sailors.
I'm gonna have to holler at him after the package.
I just let him do this just a little too much. He'd have done this shit just a little too much.
That's crazy, man. Hey, I got a question for you, CJ. What's the worst thing you did that you never got in trouble for?
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, you hit it with one there, Dumbo.
I just wanted to make sure you was on your toes, man. You ain't got to answer that. That was that was a keep.
All I can say is she's my wife now.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. Congrats on marriage.
She's my wife now. 10 years strong.
Yeah,
that was an icebreaker, a little icebreaker question.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah. So I think you be doing paintball. You literally like paintball or airsoft. Is that you?
I did. Yeah, I do a little airsoft.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, man, I've been seeing you with guns in the profile pic, stuff like that.
They look like real guns, don't it?
Yeah, I'm like, when is he a VBSS guy?
No. What I can say is I always made myself, the key things of being successful in this Navy, you got to make people know who your face is on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who you are. Like, I always tell my sailors, I always get all the hood people come to me and they try to ask for advice and they don't want to let their ego go. They don't want to let the past life go. I tell them, either you play the game or let the game play you.
Yeah.
So you gotta play the game. So I mean, you gotta get your face out there. You gotta do this extra. I got a decade as a YN1. I did not want to be in that repair locker at all. I hate DC. Not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. But I did it and I did it with a smile and I played the game and people acknowledged me for it. So you just gotta get your face out there.
Do you think the competitive... So when I was coming up, right, we had these conversations a lot, man. And I was just talking to my captain about something like this. I don't want to do too much. I was talking to my captains on here, so this will probably be the last one. But we were talking about me and Damon talked about this before, matter of fact. The hot running first class, like at the command. Like, are the hot running first classes at the command, like it's about 4, maybe it's one that's short shot, like, yo, this is that go-to first class, the face of the command. Normally, like, what I was used to was like a first class being the face of the command. And then maybe it's like 2 to 3 more that's like running hot. And so we talk about the mess all the time. So for the first classes that's listening, we talk about our mess all the time about shit like that. But my question to you is that dying? Is it getting is that competitive aspect amongst like first classes dying down compared to like what you probably seen when you was a junior sailor?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, I sit there sometimes with my comrades, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm first class president right now in my command, and like, we don't be trying to do nothing. Everybody comes to the meeting. Oh, we should do this and we should do that. And as the president, the last president we had, they babied everybody. So as the president, I'm like, all right, so what's your course of action? How are we going to get this done? Bring me some schematics, something. Don't just bring me an idea and think I'm about to run with it. I'm not about to do that. And sometimes I just look at some of these first classes like, it's no way we get paid the same check.
Yeah.
But I think that's my upbringing, though. My first ship was a DDG.
Uh-huh.
So you learn a lot on the DDG. A lot of these people, like, no offense, but these carrier sailors, I'd have been a section leader and a sailor and told me, YN1, I had watched last duty day. Why I got watched this duty day?
Yeah, carrier sailors. Yeah, carrier sailors.
And that is crazy. On the DDG, you got to make sure... You gotta make sure that your name is only on there once.
Yeah. The watch. Yeah, carrier.
You gotta make sure you ain't got a second one.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know, I just been exposed to a lot of people that ain't got the same upbringing in the Navy with me.
Yeah.
And
man, I got this story, man, about you guys said carrier sailors, man. Let me tell you this story I got real quick, Dumbo. This just happened. This just happened to me, right? So we go to these sailors go to DRB, right? So on carriers, all the master chiefs at DRB, which is crazy. It's wild, right? Crazy stuff going on. So all the DRBs go through. And one of the master chiefs told me this story. He said, hey man, so after DRB, he wanted to talk to the young sailor, the youngin', right? Wanted to talk to him. So he said he goes up and he's like, approach him. And he said the young sailor told him, said, damn, Master Chief, I thought you was one of us.
Yeah.
Right? He said that's what he told him. So he said he pulled him to the side and said, hey, man, like pretty much, put him in his place, like, hey, I'm a Master Chief, blah, 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 all this stuff, right? The funny part about what he told me about this whole story, man, he said when he approached the young cat, man, he said his homeboy was right there with him, with his hands crossed. So he said every time he moved to the side, like to get out the way, he said the young boy was walking with him, like he was there to like
For real?
like he was there with him, bro. Like he was ready to do something with him. And he said he had to look at him. He said, yeah, asked him. He said, man, I'm talking to. He said, asked him what he was doing. He said, I'm just here with my man.
Yeah.
He said he handled it though. He told me he handled it, but I'm just trying to tell you, man, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, man. On where we at right now and what we doing right now, man. Like it's
Bring
crazy.
back fan room counselings. My PS1 got me together. I thought I was the baddest mofo that came out of Brooklyn.
He folded you up.
What? PS1 Reed. I'll never forget him. Never forget him.
Shots out to PS1.
Never forget him. Never. I was talking crazy hot. I really thought I was like that. Man, I laid in that fan room about an hour after he left.
Hey, for the listeners, those days are over, man.
Those days is over. He retired. He good, but he did me.
We don't condone violence. We do not condone violence.
And the worst part is, no face shots. He ain't punched my face once.
Oh no, he's all under the.
What? I didn't even know I had a liver before I had a liver.
You got dungarees on?
Nah, I ain't that old.
Oh,
2011.
2011. Oh no,
he had our coveralls. He did me bad though. Hey, but ever since then, I was good to go.
Yeah.
What you need, PS1? All right.
Yeah. Look, senior seller of the year now, man.
Yeah, man.
Like,
yeah, man.
You came a long way.
It's different ways to teach. You know what I mean? There's different ways, man.
That man tried to squat up on a Master Chief.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He pulled it down with
I mean,
my man.
it happens nowadays, right? It just the shit like that just happens. I mean, right?
It seemed like the way he was talking about it, man, like it was something normal. Like
that's not
you in
normal.
the Navy, man. You know what I'm saying? We in the Navy right now. That is not normal, man. So yeah, man, we got a lot of training to do, man. Like bringing up these young bulls, man. Like it's wild out here, man. It's wild. I love talking to him. Tell you the truth, I love talking to him and having these eye-opening, conversations with them, right? Because they need it so bad, bro. They need it so bad.
Yeah, when I got to the carrier, honestly, like my first couple of weeks, I just like this gonna sound crazy. It's true though. But I walked the deck plates, man, and I like introduced myself to sailors, bro. Like that's like really what I did. Like as a carrier, and I felt disconnected. Just being on a carrier, I felt disconnected. Like I can't even lie. Because it's so big and everybody got their own job. So I just started introducing myself to people like, yo, where you from? Boom, boom, boom. And it looked weird. Like day one, like, yo, who the hell is this senior chief coming up to me talking to me? Like it looked weird to them. But then eventually they knew who I was. Like, oh shit. Like, and then it's normal. And these are sellers that I, every day, hey, what's up, senior? Boom, boom, boom. And it kind of got cool. But I just, hey, back to the conversation we was having about the first class thing, though. Do you think that a lot of people, right? And I've heard this before, and I'm trying to, for the listeners, I'm trying to find really good ways to word these questions without coming. Yeah, it's called permission to speak freely, but I'm trying to find real good ways to word these questions without like just easily like offending somebody or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But you think it's a matter of people doing what they feel like they need to do, like more focused on like making rank, like so more focused on like doing whatever the minimum requirements are to make chief than it is to like lead at that level, at that first class level?
I think it's a multitude of reasons. I really think the root of it, because when I was coming up, all I ever wanted to do is being a Sailor 365 training. Mm-hmm. And that was just for the Chiefs directly teaching the first classes. And that's gone now. Yeah. There's a lot of first class that just don't know. And also, I forgot my train of thought.
Did you ever go to 365 though?
No. My first class dragged me on with him before one time.
How was it?
I was just like, what is these people talking about? They talk about PSRs and gaps in your eval. I didn't know what they was talking about, but it sounded like good information.
So it was a good training?
It was a good training. Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Thinking back on it.
The 365s I went to wasn't that good. Like if I look at them like overall, they wasn't. I'm mad right now. I'm looking in the camera, right? I lost 10 pounds last week, right? And I'm looking in the camera, and it looked like I gained 20 pounds, and I'm just mad every time I see myself. Right? I'm just pissed.
That's tough.
I would get off of that. But I used to go to 365, and this is what they do. They be like, hey, first class is what had a training topic, so they would get in front. And the way they did it at one of the commands was on Tuesdays. The Chiefs did teach it. And then on Thursdays, it was teach back, right? So that's when the first class would teach. I thought that was cool. But some commands, it'd just be like first class is teaching that shit. And Chiefs just chopping their asses up, man. I know David remember that too. Like, and then they'd be like, hey, well, can y'all share some experiences on that topic? Chiefs be like, nah, fuck that.
It was wild.
But that comes with every command you go to. That's why I feel sorry for the sailors that be like, oh, the Navy sus, the Navy this. All I had was bad leadership. Like, it only take one LPO, one LCBO to turn your whole spectrum of the Navy around. Like, and you're gonna learn way more from a bad leader than you're gonna learn from a good leader.
What's up with Seller 360?
What's that?
What's up with Seller 360?
Trash. It's all on Teams. I log in and put my headphones down.
It's on Team. On Teams. Like
it's on Teams. On Microsoft Teams.
What?
Yeah,
it's terrible. It's not, and that's how we doing it at the echelon 1 level. So imagine what they doing on the ships.
What about you, Damon? How y'all 360 going?
Well, I will say this. I've been there about 3 weeks now, or whatever, right? So I haven't been to an event yet. But they are putting it out. Like, it's being put out all the time. They all doing PT together. They all are doing some teaching. But the way we was doing it kind of threw me off a little bit. Yeah. Because I was looking at it and I was like, it was only like 4 people on boat team 1.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm like, man, I'm on
a carrier.
Why it's like 4 people? So what they do, they squish these people. Like, I don't know if it's quarterly. It becomes a whole new 10 boat teams. I don't really know how it is yet, but I'm gonna have to ask these questions because I just think I couldn't figure that out because it was only like 4 people. They said, well, we only got this number of boat teams. I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. So they said they switch them out or some shit. So I got to figure all that out though. But
so you said
they are putting stuff out though. They are actively doing shit. I haven't supported. You just haven't as supported. Of yet. I haven't been there long. You know what I mean? So let me keep saying that because Dumbo's trying to get me. I haven't been there long. I just want to keep saying that.
I'm just saying, like, it's just different words. Yeah, I haven't supported. I haven't been there long. Just different words.
It's just an eval bullet. That's how I feel like a lot of these, especially these first classes, they'll do anything to put something on the eval and not do it wholeheartedly and not give a damn about it. They just want to put on their eval and be something to put on their brag sheet to bring up at the ranking board. They not putting their heart into this stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Dumbo, like you said something earlier, man, and CJ, I don't know if you can, talk a little bit about this, man. You guys were talking about the competitive side of it earlier, right? When I see from the outside looking in, it's like, it's okay, right? It's like you got 10 EPs. I'm okay with this number 4 MP. It's no competitive. They'll tell you, CJ, yeah, you number 1. Hey, you number 2. It's no competitiveness to trying to get to that level no more. That's what I don't see. Like, I don't even see like, man, I'm trying to be number 1 at the command. That's what my goal is. I don't see those goals of anybody. And I ain't talking about trying to get all these collateral duties. I ain't talking about that. You can be seen, right? You on deck it. You doing different things. You can put yourself out there in a way. But sometimes, like, I don't care. Like, go ahead on. I'm sit right here, do my thing, or whatever the case may be, man. But I don't see that competitive edge to win. You know what I mean? I want to win. That's at the end of the day. I might not come out and tell you in your face like I'm gonna beat you, but hey, In my mind, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to win,
You know
man.
why? Know why?
Why?
Because, man, it's like it's no truth in reporting. It seems like nowadays when you just, as long as you there, I'm gonna get my P, I'm gonna get my MP, I'm gonna get my EP. There's been times I don't outworked everybody. I'd had everything you could think of on the bush, and I still got an EP. I still got an MP just because somebody's been there longer than me. So at this point, it's like, why try to go hard and break it back when this dude, he been on the boat for 4 years, he done got back-to-back MPs. The Chiefs just gonna push him up just because they don't want to keep nobody in traffic. So it's really no point of really going hard for real because you gonna get your P, you gonna get your MP, and you gonna get your EP because y'all scared. I don't mean y'all, but the people at the ranking boards, they scared to knock an EP. Like once you get your EP, you good. I don't gotta do nothing. All I gotta do is not go to mass. That's all I gotta do. I'm gonna get an EP again, if not pick up Chief. I'm dropping all my collateral duties. I'm not doing nothing but doing my job at the bare minimum because I'm gonna get another EP. I was a number 6 last year. I'm gonna be number 3 this year.
Hey, YN1. Hey, CJ. Hey, check this out. Not only are you a first class, you're a YN. Hey, let's talk a little bit about that. Can you speak on that a little bit? What you thinking about when it comes to the year eval? You think we should be knocking them down if they're not performing? What's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. Every year is a fresh year. November 15th, when we get our evals, you got to go out and get it again. Every year.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be honest with you when I say this. That's what I want. I'm sure that's what Dumbo want. But I'm here to tell you, I do not see that at all. I don't think I ever been at a command. I've been on a lot of freaking commands, man. A lot. And I'm here to tell you, I don't think I ever seen that. I have seen somebody go from number 1 to number 3 because somebody got Sailor of the Year, and the command policy was, if you the Sailor of the Year, you the number 1. I have seen somebody drop because of that, right? But if they drop, they probably drop to number 2, and they probably get in their eval, some saying some shit like, because of
that
this
blurb
or whatever, right? But I ain't seen nobody drop because they was not performing at the same level. You know what I mean? It's always was something, a reason for them to drop. How about you, Dumbo?
Once you get that EP, you cool. You don't got to do nothing. You chilling.
I mean, I ain't going to take it out of the Chiefs' responsibility realm. I will say this, though. It's officers involved in
the
eval process, and they look at it a lot different. From what I've seen some of the times, right? So I'll be real specific here. On some of the occasions where I feel like the Chiefs might have came with some of that like truth and reporting stuff. And I'm talking about like times that stood out, right? Because I'm not saying every other time it wasn't truth and reporting, but the times where it was like, this person outworked this person this year, so we want to swap these people. It's been a few of those times where when it got to the officers, like from the department heads through the XO to the CO, whatever, their logic didn't line up with that.
Every time.
Yeah, like their logic didn't line. Like when the Chiefs did come with the, I want to be fair, right, good, and do this exactly, truthfully and honestly. Like an officer, department head, whatever, they looked at it in like more of like a number based. Like, nah, we got to do this because this moves with this risker. This makes sense here. This kind of sets this person up here. So they looked at it from what I saw and noticed, like they looked at it from that perspective. Sometimes you win and lose in that regard. All of this shit is a big gray area with evals to me. You win and lose in that regard because sometimes the officers do kind of understand certain things, but it's other times where the Chiefs and stuff that do the eval are the ones that got like firsthand knowledge of these sellers that they ranking. So it's like, hey, these are the people that know what's going on with these people in those cases. The way I want to kind of close my thoughts on that is like this. Riska to me, I mean, not Riska, but truth and reporting to me is super important because now that's like the hill people die on when it comes to Chief season. So a lot of, I can't get too deep into it, but a lot of times when it comes to chief season, people be like, we gave them evals and recommended promotion for them. We gave these people evals and recommended promotion for them. That's when we said that these people should be chiefs, when we wrote that shit on that eval. So if we don't think somebody should be recommended for promotion, then we should not be putting that on that eval if that's the hill that we gonna die on when it comes to selecting chiefs and stuff like that. That's my thoughts on that.
Hey, Dumbo, I have to add a little bit to it, man. The reason why truth and reporting also is so important because we are going to a Navy that is advanced to position. Damn near everything you doing is we're advancing when we pick orders or whatever the case may be, right? In my rate as a damage controlman, they're not even taking exams no more, right? So if you're not taking exams, your evaluations and all that stuff that you do in the Navy means a lot. So if it ain't truth and reporting, guess what? If you got your little homies hooking you up or whatever the case may be, it's a problem. I like the fact that if you want to stay on your command and they got that position open and you square it away and you take that billet, or you find a billet somewhere else, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, they're going to have to look at your evaluations. They're going to look at your performance. All that stuff going to get looked at. And if we're not doing what we need to do to make sure that selection is fair, I think it's a problem, right?
Yeah, because I think all of them shits require a promotion recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have a promotion recommendation, none of that automatic shit is automatic. Like none of it. And then, with your rate, they got that test thing that's coming up, right? Where you take a test one time, like a baseline test.
Yeah,
and then you make the billet. Yeah, but so it's a lot on truth and reporting, CJ. Honestly, man, it's too much. But how far along have we not been, are we like a whole couple generations of people like not having true, reporting?
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you can say the sailor got this and got that, but as a first class, when you ranking the second classes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is this the person I want in the mess beside me? That's really the bottom line for me.
Yeah.
Because people play the game and you can tell a fake from the real. And if they not getting the job done, if I don't feel like they ready, and that's just not my perspective, if I feel like they're ready, is as a collective, all these people on the ranking board, if we don't feel like this person is ready, why are we putting this person to EP? Why? Because this is their third and last eval here? We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, when I was coming up, and I spoke on this before, so some of the stuff we talked about is going to be repetitive, but it's been a couple years. But when I was coming up, we still had people retiring at 20 years as second classes. Like we still had 20 year. Yeah, we still had 20-year second class retiring. But when you associate that shit to like the way we started thinking about like a second class, it was almost like if you was a second class longer than 5 years, like you were a failure, damn near. Like if you wasn't making first in like 6, 7 years, like you was a failure almost. You know what I mean? Like the way how people started to act. And I'm talking about, for the people that's listening, I'm talking about some deck plate type shit. Nothing that if you too sophisticated, that's on you. I'm talking about some deck plate shit. I remember, seeing a 15, 20-year second class and feeling like, yo, this person must've ain't been shit. You know what I mean? But what if it was just truth and reporting back then? You know what I mean? And all of those people like really taught us like real shit. Like they was on the deck plates long enough to get all that knowledge, like the go-to people every single time, taught us everything, contributed, still had family, still did everything they had to do. They just didn't make rank. You know what I mean? But then when we got to this point where like you pissed off because you didn't make chief the first time up, that's like the culture, John. Like almost now. But Muggsy be just mad, like they ain't make chief the first time. Like, you're like, and you've been in 7 years. It's almost like we don't even be getting our feet wet in the rank that, we're in. And I came up in the same, I'm not looking from no post judge. I came up in the same world. You know what I mean? Like I didn't spend much time at many ranks. You know what I mean? I came up in that same world, but you got to get that experience, man. Mm-hmm. You have to. Now, some of us, we go through the trenches and we deserve that fast, promotion because we went through and we did shit and we proved it. But some of us just think it's supposed to come to us, man.
Absolutely.
And that's where it get grainy and muddy, in my opinion. Hey, so I think this is a good bridge from what we were just talking about. But Mick Pond, he's putting out another round of letters. And so today he put out a message to Chiefs. And I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to break it down and none of that. But I will say that it's about self-awareness. And he pretty much said Chiefs could self-assess and self-correct. And Damon, I don't know if you remember this, but CJ, me and Damon, we had a Seller 360. We had a Seller 360 course. Like, we were launching it on our ship. We was like the two chiefs that was like, well, he was a senior chief, I was a chief, but we had the two chiefs that was like tasked to launch this Seller 360 when they first announced it. It was like, hey, y'all can do however y'all want to do. So we put it together. And our first training was self-awareness. It was going to be about self-awareness. And it was pretty much going to be like, what do you do to like self-regulate, right? So I want to, and we've probably talked about it before, but we got a senior seller of the year on here, board eligible on here. We never know what's going to happen on Monday on here. So I want to know from you, like, what do you do to like, how do you self-assess and then how do you self-correct?
So that's the whole thing with the self-awareness. The Navy's new initiative is Get Real, Get Better. So that's a lot of times in the Navy, in the past, where I came from, we wait till something hit the fan and then we change it. So now we're trying to, self-reflect and get ahead of ourselves and like and really understand like what are we doing wrong and what we doing right. So it's not always about getting it right on the first time, but you really got to connect with your sailors. Like, it's a lot of things that you don't know that you're doing that's affecting your sailors. So with that being said, getting ahead of the curve, you really have to be in tune with your sailors. Like, I always say, it's a difference between being a boss and being a leader. A leader, if a leader asks you to do something, you're gonna bring it back A, B, C, and the whole alphabet. But a boss, they can ask you to do something, they're gonna bring you back A, B, C. They're gonna bring you back exactly what you needed. You gotta be cognizant of the tone you set in the office, because that means everything. I seen a clip from you guys before. You get that one negative sailor. That one negative sailor can ruin everybody. For the new sailors that come on board, you get one negative sailor in their ear, and that's all they're gonna think. So you just gotta make sure that you're on top of everything and making sure that you can't take care of everybody. You can't take care of everybody, but you gotta make sure that you're doing the best of your abilities to make sure every sailor is feeling comfortable and they feeling like they have a safe place to work in.
When the last time you told yourself, like when the last time you did something or you worked a week or whatever like that, and you look back at either what you did or that week you worked and you told yourself like, damn, I ain't do my best?
Damn. Ooh, hit me over the side of the head with that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did. And that's something I need to put in my tool bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I ever did.
Yeah. Sometimes we get comfortable, especially when we are performers. Like sometimes we get comfortable. And I'm talking about myself right now. And so every now and then for me, I gotta look and I gotta be like, damn. Like right now, for instance, in my job right now that I'm doing, I keep adding shit to my list of things to do, right? And so now I'll be joking with my sellers and joking with like people when they come visit. I'm like, yo, is the metric on like if I'm doing a good job, like how much should I add to this list? How much should I remove from this list? Because a regular day walking, I can add 50 things to my to-do list. Like, oh man, I need to do this, I need to do that. But like, how often do I take shit off my to-do list? And sometimes it's a gray area. The day that I add the most shit to my to-do list might be a better day than the day that I take more shit off. So it all
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. Hey, what about you, Damon? Like, when the last time you look back and was like, damn, I could have done better?
Oh no, all the time, bro. All the time, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I can leave work, man, and I can have an issue with and look, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but I get talked to on a daily basis, right? About something, right? And sometimes my answer at that moment is my answer at that moment. But when I go back and I sit down for a second or two, I say, man, I could have answered that question a little bit better, or I could have told a sailor something else that was a little bit better. So, I'm always, thinking like that though. My mindset is always thinking about that after the fact. So anytime that's just how I am, I always think I could do things better. So I'm always sitting at my desk, or I get home and I'm driving home and I think about something that, hey, I said earlier that day. Then I go back and a couple of times I have went back to a sailor afterwards and told them something differently because I go home or I get in my office or something and I think about it for a second or whatever. I do that all the time, man. All the time. So, hey, you started your thing off, Dumbo. And we talk about self-awareness, self-assessment, self-correct, right? The first thing, comes to mind when all of that, when we talk about that stuff, you have to know how to identify what's wrong or how you going to correct anything, how you going to self-assess anything, how you going to correct anything if you don't know how to identify something that's wrong, right? And how do we identify something is wrong? A lot of times it's from feedback, right? But if you don't open that door up for feedback, you will never get feedback and you will never get better as a leader, right? If you go in there thinking you know everything and this is how it's going to go, and that is not the way to lead, especially in 2024, man, right? You can't adapt if you ain't let nobody tell you, hey, you can do something better. But guess what? If you don't ask for that information, you're never going to get it. You got to want to be better. You got to want to be better, especially
I got
as a
some
leader.
feedback for that.
Go ahead, man.
My feedback for that is for the sellers, for the young sellers. Hey, when y'all get asked that question, in my opinion, right, somebody opened the door for you to be honest with them. They opened the door for your honesty. That's my opinion. Because I ask that question a lot. And I hope that I'm getting honest. I hope I'm getting honest answers. I normally get positive answers, right? I think I'm a good dude, but like I normally get positive answers. I hope that I'm getting honest answers. That's the reason why I'm opening that door. If something is wrong, I want to try to make it better. If we doing something and we could be doing it different, I want to do it the different way. And I over communicate that all the time. I just want that honest feedback. Everything ain't always good. Like, when you walk away from me and you get with your people, like what y'all talking about? You know what I mean?
That's what I want to know too, Dumbo.
I told somebody one day, I said, yo, talk to me. Like very recently, I had to own a fuck up to a junior seller, like sit him in my office and tell him it was on me. Blame me. Don't blame nobody else, right? And in this particular scenario, it's a lot of other people that you could go like up and down the line and kind of blame. But in this particular scenario, the last line of defense before the CO is me, right? So I'm going to take all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to take whatever it is to be, and that's, in a set. But so when I finished talking to the seller, his thought process was like, yo, thank you. Like I already know some of this shit that be weird that I do. He's like, I ain't never had no conversation like this with no SEL, like where the person telling me they fucked up. He's like, I just appreciate your transparency and your honesty and, all of that. And we found a resolution. You know what I mean? I ain't just walking around with the crucifix. Like we found a resolution and we took care of that seller and now that seller is all smiles. You know what I mean? But it was just, and I even had to go talk to I can't like get into specifics, but it was a situation that we thought we had taken care of. And then it wound up making and now I notice with certain situations, even if you think you took care of it, it could still make the CO radar. and if it make the CO radar, it wasn't taken care of, so I wound up having to talk. So I wound up having to talk to the skipper like, hey, look, I thought this was done. You know, I thought it was done. I thought it was nothing you had to worry about. Boom. But it came back, and I own this. I'll take care of it. And, you know, we fixed it and figured it out.
Yeah, man. Hey, you cannot.
That's appreciated.
Hey,
That's very
if you
appreciated, though.
If you want to, the sailors that have your back and you have they back, Dumbo, you started off with the right thing. You said honesty.
Yeah.
Right? When you be honest with somebody, man, it means a lot. When you break that, when they talk integrity and all that stuff, man, you done lost me. If you lying to me, if you like whatever the case may be, you can lose me real fast if I feel like you're not honest with me, man.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a stand-up guy for that, man. I like you tell me what's up and I got your back. That's kind of how I feel about it. And people, we make mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We make mistakes is what we do after those mistakes that, you know, that defines us in a way, right? So I tell sailors all the time, I say, man, okay, go ahead. What you got to say? Look, man, I got this story, Dumbo, that's so crazy, man. Look, I have the facts on this sailor. I have the facts. I got paperwork saying you did X, Y, and Z. I tell you before that I got these facts. And you still not telling me the truth.
Yeah.
You still not telling me the truth. And I done told you I had the facts, Dumbo. I'm telling you what I got in front of me.
The lie. Gotta die with the lie, bro.
But what and you know, and look, and what's crazy, and Dumbo, hey, Dumbo,
what Shaggy said, it wasn't me.
Dumbo, I hit him with that. Hey, man. Hey, look, have you ever heard it put like this, Dumbo? Why I hit him with that. Hey, I got you out here working on life-saving equipment. How can I trust you to work on life-saving equipment if I can't trust you to come in here and tell me the truth?
Yeah.
Why hit it with, Dumbo? Oh my goodness, man. It's crazy though, man. Like you right though. That's what he did, man. He went down with the truth, man. That's what he thought was the truth. I mean, it is what it is, man.
You gotta stand on it.
Stand on it, man. He stood on it till he walked out that door, Dumbo.
Nah, I gotta stand on this shit.
And I'ma stand on that. And I stand on that.
You gotta stand on that. You can't be crying like that.
And I mean really stand on it.
He stood on business, man. He stood on business, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
the dude you kept getting on his love too.
What's that?
Grace was nice.
What's that? That ain't me.
I got my own soundboard too.
I was like,
my own soundboard too. That's crazy work.
We about to have a soundboard off out this joint.
I got mine.
Hey, switching gears a little, like real quick. Y'all ever get tagged on Facebook? This is like real weird and random. You ever get tagged on Facebook from your last command? Somebody trying to sell like a shirt from the ship or some shit? Like, is it just me?
Yo.
No.
So I'm an admin in the 21st Sailor Century Yeoman group.
Uh-huh.
So it's only E6 and below. It's this dude that's always trying to sell belt buckles. Like, bro, we here to help sailors. Nobody trying to buy your belt buckle. And I really don't care if y'all post this. His name is Nick. I don't care. It gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves every time because, like, bro, you're not bringing no depth to the group.
Yeah.
No substance. You just trying to sell. I'm trying to get your dollar. I ain't mad for that. But, bro, nobody trying to sell your butt buckles, bro.
When we gonna get out of that, like selling swag, primary? You know, when we gonna get out? Like, I don't do that, and I don't really subscribe to it, and I know a lot of people that don't. But there's also a lot of people that do. You know, it's like when, like, I don't know,
going away gifts, paddles.
Yeah,
man.
It's like a part of our culture now, man. But it's some people that go harder on swag selling than like doing a job. Like, it's like, yo, you are
is your dude paid?
You'll fuck around and get an EP by selling swag, bro.
Like, yo, you're an IT dog. Nah, these the new dry fits, man. It's like, nah, it is what it is, man.
I got them new coins for you, man.
Yeah,
I got these coins, man.
That's must be traveling out of state. Like, yo, no, he catching that coin con such a Wednesday, Thursday. Going to the coin con over there. Going TAD to the coin con. Command, take the command vehicle.
Oh my goodness.
So I was telling CJ this earlier, David. I don't know if you know this, but The Rock, The Rock ran off with the bag on the army, right? You heard about that? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock?
What happened?
So they paid him. Man, I want to look it up because they gave The Rock a nice amount of money for this, man, for this recruiting thing. But it was like the UFL that he was working with. They gave him a nice amount of money. It was like $11 million advertising deal, right? So it's $11 million. It's Army's $11 million deal with The Rock backfires spectacularly, right? So Army spent millions getting Dwayne Johnson and his UFL to drive up recruitment, only to end up losing enlistments. Like people actually didn't. And I don't want to get too deep into the story, but it was like we lost like 7 enlistments. So we wound up having like negative recruits because of this shit.
So he did his job, though. He did his thing.
It says we lost 38 enlistments. We lost 38 enlistments instead of gaining thousands of new recruits. And now the Army want their money back, man. No, so before I go too deep into it, this would it sound like happened. It sounded like they signed on for him to do kind of what like these people was talking to us about earlier in the year. I ain't gonna get too deep into it because I don't want to disclose anything. But remember, some people was talking to us about if we promote what they had going on, but we had to do like 2 videos or something like that where we mention them or something. You remember that, Damon?
Yeah.
And it was a military entity, but we didn't do it. But that's kind of what the Army was asking The Rock to do. Like, hey, like put some, and I could be totally wrong with these details for the listeners, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, hey, put some mention us on your socials, do this here, do this here, do this here, like 5 different things. It sounded like The Rock only did like 2 of them. And then, like I said, they said they lost like 38 recruits. So now they want their money back, man.
Yeah, Rock. They get that money back, man.
The Rock ain't going to get The Rock ain't. I think The Rock going to get up out of that shit easy.
Man, we're going to take that money from him. I'm good. You got it. You got it, big dog.
Gotta send the Rangers, guy. Gotta get them Rangers out there.
Some motherfucker about it.
Nah, he slid up.
Somebody, don't send admin. Send them DCs. They strong.
You good, Rock. You good.
Hey, CJ, quick question. What's for a YN, right? Because we know y'all, every YN is the busiest person on the ship, right? Every YN is the hardest worker on the ship. You know that, right?
As long as you know, say it twice.
YNs. Yeah. I was seeing YNs work until 16, 1700. You know what I mean? On a carrier. I'm like, damn, like y'all working that hard? You know what I mean? So I get it. It's all respect. And I don't, like I said, I don't play no games with no yeoman or anybody in admin, especially on a carrier. I don't even like the way admin look on a carrier to play with y'all like that on the carrier, to play with them like that on the carrier. It's way too open. Like, nah, I don't even like the way it look. But so what's a long day? And you could go carrier, DDG, whatever. So for instance, like a long day for an EM is like a major piece of equipment is fucked up. Major, and we ain't really figured it out, right? So a long day is us in and out, troubleshooting, boom, boom, boom. That's like the longest day for us. Like just trying to. Damon gave me a long day before. One of his SOPVs or something was fucked up. But what's a long day for a YN? Like the hardest day, worst day for y'all?
When them Chief and E8, them E7 and E8 evals is due.
Yeah.
I done worked the 2100 on that bush.
Damn. Why?
Because somebody somewhere done promised that the XO and the CO, you're going to have these evals by this day. And then we got to rewrite them. Like a lot of people really don't know how to write their evals. And that's where the YN comes from. A lot of people just be putting up nonsense in their evals. Like they don't know how to write them. They don't know that you have to write an eval in the past tense, and your primary duties come before your collateral duties. So when the evals is due to the X-Zone CO, that's our long day.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
That's
Anything
crazy
outside
though.
that-
You know what's crazy about by you saying that though, man, is the fact of like that travels a lot before it get to you. You know what I mean?
It
To
does.
get to your desk, it traveled through a lot of people. I ain't gonna say a lot of people, at least like 4 people probably though, that it travels through and you guys going through that correcting. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, do you always get them on time?
Never.
I can answer that shit for him.
Never. We never get them on time. Never.
Yeah.
We put the deadline out like 2 months before. Like, it'd be cheese up like, yo, it's July. Why am I deadline in July? My eval not due till September. Because we know we anticipating it's gonna be late. If we put the deadline out of July, we know we probably get them in August. Give us a month to work with. But that's 400 evals we gotta do.
Oh yeah, we be frustrated. We be
And then we gotta wait for the all the ranking boards to go through.
Yeah.
The DLCPOs, they be sitting there slugging it out. And the department heads, the HODs,
Yeah.
it get real bad. It get real ugly during eval season.
Hey, CJ, hey man, when I was at my last command, like a year and a half, I was doing the SCL thing, man. And at first, I used to be just what you said. I was that guy. Why in the hell we got to turn this shit in so damn early? But boy, when I freaking got in that position, I was like, I know why we got to turn this shit in so early. Because you still you still don't get it on time. And you 2 months ahead of time and people still not getting their shit on time. So it made me think when you get in that position, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we be frustrated when we got to turn it in early. It's like, yo, dog, you ain't do nothing for 9 months, dog. Don't act like these next 3 months you about to change the world, bruh. You don't know what am I doing. Like, yo, you can always add to it. I might just skip that qual. Like, yo, shut up, dog.
I don't know what I'm about to do these next 2 months. Why I'm writing the eval for that?
Yeah.
Please just write the eval.
Shut up.
Just write the eval.
Print your prebs out, man.
Please. The fleet tips too.
Let's keep it moving, dog. You see that dude 3 months later ain't picked up no qual, ain't add the that be the thing when you put the ball in people's court. Yeah, you know you can add to it after it's like, we just want you to submit something. They ain't, have you added to it? Nah, man, y'all took it. So I said, fuck it. I ain't even gonna get the qual.
I get on my next eval.
People be killing me, man. What's an easy day for a YN?
Ooh. X-Zone CO gone, they don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gone. All week. My chief of staff been on leave all week. I'm talking 1,300 days. I'm out of here. What we got? Nothing. I'm going. And now as a senior first class, it's really a difference between like a junior first class and a senior first class. I got 13 years in.
Mm-hmm.
So they trust me a lot more than the 6. We got a bunch of 6-year first classes in the shop. So they trust me a lot more than them. So when I be like, yo, we ain't got nothing going on, I'm out. And they be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gone. 1,300, I'm gone.
Yeah. Damn, that's good. That's beautiful.
Hey, I tell you what, man, we had Lowe's Center, cleaning coming up, man. That mean ain't no power in certain parts of the ship. Or the admin found out the power was going out up in they spots, man. Guess what? They ain't even show up. I'm talking about they wasn't even no
The 8 o'clock reports have been turned in.
Yeah.
I'm gone. Must report good. We out.
But you know what, man? I like that, though. You know why I like that? Because it's always going to be work. You know what I mean? You always going to find something to do. But you know what? Not today, right? We ain't got no power. We just, wasting our time while we bringing these sailors in. I like people that can make that decision,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We nothing without our computers.
Would you rather be underway or import?
Me?
Yeah.
Underway.
Okay. All right.
Underway. Because everybody forgets about admin underway. Nobody cares. Unless, like, I know y'all been on deployment. The only time y'all care about admin, the end of deployment, we got to do is end of deployment awards. And that's it. That's all the rest of the ship's company care about.
Yeah.
Underway, I really be chilling. It's nothing to do. I'm writing some designation letters. oh, you got your call, I got to route this call. That's it. But import, everybody got BH this and it's a whole bunch of other stuff.
So when y'all close admin like 8 different times a day for like training.
Wow.
What y'all be doing?
Yeah, what's
catching strays.
What y'all be doing in that joint, man? Y'all be trading?
We
oh man. Boy,
Y'all be catching up on work.
So it's a lot. So sometimes we catch up on work. A lot of times we actually processing the work that y'all routed to us. And then the other time we ain't doing it.
That's the one place you don't fuck with when it's closed for trading, man.
Leave us alone. Because hold up. Let me say this in our defense. I gave you between 08 and 1600 to route your stuff. Don't come to me at 1530. Where was you all day?
Yeah.
Hey, CJ. No, it's more like 8 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, 13 to 1330. You know what I'm saying?
They try to count.
Hey, it's not my fault. We gotta do cleaning stations.
Look at that.
We gotta do cleaning stations.
Cleaning stations. Y'all.
I gotta do cleaning stations. And don't get me wrong, when COVID happened, we was sanitizing 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was. No doubt about that.
Man. Hey, so
matter of fact, hey, you throw the code real quick. Hey, where you was at during COVID?
I was on the bush.
Yeah,
on the bush.
Terrible times. We was in the yards. Terrible times.
Yeah. Did anybody get fired from your ship during COVID? No? Mm-mm. I heard a rumor about somebody. I don't want to say too much. That's why if you remembered it, I'd have been like, okay. But somebody told me it wasn't true.
Not to my knowledge. They ain't make it to me. But when I first got to the bush, we had 3 unalives the same month that I checked on board. So I was just like really shell-shocked because come from DDG, that doesn't happen. So I was just like, and it was like, it's literally an E2, an E5, and an E7. So I was like, what is going on here? Like, I was just so scared for everything. So I was like, what is going on? Because if everybody unaliving themselves, and it's like, it was super scary for me to just walk into a ship with that type of climate because I'm like, it could be me. I don't know, like, what's going on? Like, is it really that depressing? Yeah. But it was a tough time being on the bush in the yards because everybody's just depressed. Everybody.
Yeah, I had one of our do betters is about being in the yards. We were in the yard. We had just got to the yards when I was leaving the bush just recently, but we wasn't going to be in there long. Like it wasn't like one of them 3 years.
I was there for 2 years. 2 years of my 3-year tour, I was there in the yards.
Yeah, that's crazy. You remember who your CMC was?
My CMC. Nah, it was a Spanish dude. I forgot his name, and then after that, I don't.
Okay. Carrier life. People be like them DDG CMCs, them cruiser CMCs.
I can remember them.
Yeah, that carrier.
I remember them.
Is a little. Hey, so we put out the news last week, right, Damon? Me and Tish about how E1 to E3 is getting this whole like economic hardship bonus, right?
The $20?
And it's $20, bro, right? And you know what I find crazy about this? And shout out to every other seller from every other rank. So what's crazy about this is the E4 actually hit us up mad about this shit. Like that they not getting the $20. Like, bro, like the clip is about like how like low this money is. Like, damn, like y'all giving them shorts. And the E4 hit me up like, what about the E4? Like, and I'm like, damn. So I'm like, damn, we struggling that bad. Like that we fighting for $20.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy, yo.
Yeah.
That's your Netflix subscription.
Yeah, and the way they going up, every subscription-based joint just went up. Like this week, everybody went up. The way they going, and I heard Netflix, is it
especially
Netflix
in Cali.
That sold our information?
What happened, Damo?
I said, is it Netflix that sold our information? Our Amazon Prime? One of them companies just sold all our information.
What?
I got both of them, so it's over for me.
They do it every company do it every now and then. That's why people just keep randomly calling your phone all the time from the same area code as you. I get like 12 phone calls a day, and I'm blocking these people, and I don't know how. I don't know about y'all. I get like 12 phone calls a day from a 224 number. Like, and I never answer.
That's where that shit come from, man. People be calling me from my area code too. I don't know who, because the only people from out the area code, because I got it when I was in Texas. So me and my wife and my kids, that's the only people I like know from, the area code I got, right? And people be calling me all the freaking time, and that's why, because somebody sold my information to somebody.
Well, I'm just joking about.
Okay, I was say shit.
But yeah, they just call. It's because of things like that, because you signed up for some website, didn't read some shit.
Yeah.
Like I just saw in the news today, this dude wife died at Disney. Y'all saw that shit? This dude wife dies at a Disney park, and since he signed the user agreement with Disney Plus, it was a clause in a fine print that if you signed up, you can't ever hold Disney liable for anything, any Disney entity liable for any loss of life or anything. It was in a fine print. So since his wife died at Disney, at a Disney park, he couldn't sue and get no money from Disney. It's a story. It's out there. I ain't going to pull this up.
Wow.
But he couldn't get no money from Disney because of some fine fucking print he signed in Disney Plus. If that story is true, that's crazy. And we probably need to pay more attention to these user agreements that we sign.
Nobody reading that though. It's 20 pages.
Yeah, it should be long as hell.
Yeah, we define the right judge.
Swipe.
We define the right judge to help us out with that
right then. I need these tickets
I'm
tonight.
trying to watch this show.
I'm trying to watch the game tonight. I can't deal with this. But yeah. Hey, question. And I think I was talking to CJ about this earlier. But hey, Damon. So not Master Chief Damon, right? And we gonna get into that. We gotta get into that. How many episodes you missed?
Big 2-star.
Yeah, we gotta get into how many episodes you missed since you made Master Chief, man. But so you in the class, Monday through Friday class.
Yeah.
You already know Friday is the early test. Take the exam at 9 and you get up out of there.
Yeah.
Right? You going back to the ship when you get it. So I'm going to give you a couple choices, right? Friday, you take the test. Do you go back to the ship when you get up out the class? Do you go home when you get up out the class? Test over. It's 10:30. Do you go home when you get up out the class? Or do you do some other shit? And I ain't going to say what the other shit is yet, but I'm going to see what you say, and then I'm going to get into what the other shit is.
I'm going to be honest with you. It is one way I go back to the ship, but other than that, I ain't no damn way I'm going back to the ship.
What's the one way you going back to the ship?
The only other way, if I'm gonna be duty fire marshal if I was younger and I had duty that day and somebody's standing by for me or something till I get there on that Friday. But other than that, ain't no way I'm going back.
So what you gonna do if somebody in your division or your department is there and they going back?
Oh, shit. Boy, I'm going to be mad as a motherfucker. I'm going to be mad. Hey, I'm talking to him. We going to talk all during the day. Like, before the class, we going to talk about it. I'm going to be watching him doing the test. Like, look at his face. I'm talking about the whole nine, bro. We are not going back to this ship, man. Ain't no way, man.
But they the one that got fired about you, though. So like, they the one that got fired about you. So now you mad as shit. Like, man, at least take a long lunch, bro. Like,
Don't
hey,
go
right
go
back
at 16? Can you go at 16? You know what I'm saying? Why you
Go home real quick, go shower, then go back.
That's crazy right there. You got me with that one, though, because you're right. You got to talk to him ahead of time, man. Be like, hey, what we doing, man? You can't go back that early.
Yeah. Hey, YN1, you got kids?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Yo, I asked YN1 a question earlier when we were setting up. He looked at me like I was crazy, man. I said, yo, you alone? Because I was we was trying to set some audio shit up, and I ain't want to go. He looked at me like what you trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was literally just trying to figure out if he was alone or whatever like that. So you say you got 2 kids? How old?
18 and 8.
Okay, so you had one before you joined, right?
Yeah.
And then you had one while you were in. And how has that journey been as a father being in the military?
Man, I don't think I even put that in words. Like, It's really tough leaving. I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all engineers. I only done one deployment.
Yeah.
Today is actually my 13-year anniversary.
Hey, look,
Anniversary, man.
look, I'm glad you brave enough to talk about it. You know, happy anniversary, man.
I've luckily have leaders that prioritize family, so it's never had. I heard the horror stories of people like, oh, did your kids come your seed bag? I've never had that problem. Like,
Yeah.
I've never missed. If I was in port or on show duty, I never missed the first day of school, a teacher parent conference, and none of that. So it hasn't been hard for me. Luckily for the people who have paved the way for me, who have been above me, they always kept aside. Like even today, Friday, my daughter had the open house. I was there. I got off at 13:30. That's unheard of at CMP. You don't get off on Friday at 13:30. And then to double that back on Monday is the first day of school for my daughter. So I'm gonna come in late that day. So it really hasn't been a challenge for me. Mostly on my wife, though. My wife has definitely taken the burden of that, but she was probably Navy. She was in Navy as well, so she knew what came with that. So luckily that she has that wherewithal to know what it is. I haven't had that problem.
Is CMP as aware of like podcasts and that's what I think. I think CMP as a whole, and I ain't talking about nobody specific, right? I just think CMP is aware of what's out there as far as podcasts, the Reddit streets, social media and shit like that. I think that is CMP got people that like is aware and keeping up with shit like that. Am I right about that?
Yes, we have a whole PAO department.
Yeah.
Public Affairs Office, they all on that, and anything that needs to be brought to his attention is brought to his attention. It's not like he's monitoring himself, but if somebody sent there and like talking trash or need to be reprimanded, we also have a Fleet Master Chief, Fleet Master Chief Terrell.
Yeah, Fleet Terrell.
He's in the streets. He's in the street. He will respond to you. So it's not so much that he's on it, but he has people that's monitoring that stuff.
Yeah. And they man, like they've been like working wonders with like my Navy HR. And I know my Navy portal just updated. I always shout out my Navy HR all the time. Like damn near, so that shit to me, whatever the team is that's over there right now, they knocking it out the park. But I just kind of had a sense like, yeah, they know like it's podcasts out, it's social media people. I know it's people listening and making sure that, hey, somebody said this. And I hope it ain't only when people talking foul. I hope it's like when people got like good ideas too. Like when good, when good shit come up, it's like, yo, nah, they actually had a good idea, man. But I be seeing some of the things happening and I be like, yo, somebody listening somewhere, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really so like we have a whole bunch of like town hall meetings for like E6 and below. And unfortunately, it's not really opened up to like the whole fleet because, sailors on the ship, they ain't got connectivity and stuff like that. But people like myself, like I'd have had some input into like bid profiles and stuff like that, uniform regulations. I don't know how far my input was taken, but my voice was heard.
Yeah. So how does it feel like just coming from working on a ship, being on that side of the Navy to being on this side of the Navy where that's where like big business rules and decisions is coming out of that office? Like, how does that even feel being in there?
It's definitely a culture shock because, coming from the bush, LT to tell you to do something, you like, oh my God, LT told me to do this. And then you go to CMP and you're like, LT making coffee. Like, he ain't really got no input or nothing. Like, everybody is bigwigs here. So, I mean, my voice is definitely heard. I can really say that. I can honestly say that at CMP. My voice is heard. And we got a very diverse group. And I really feel like our goal and what we trying to do is like really make the lives of sailors better. And I feel like everybody on board on this team, everybody's just screened to be here. Nobody just here because they got detailed here, force distributed. Everybody's here because they want to be here, and everybody's here because they care. So I feel like we're making a big difference, but at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
It's going to be somebody, it's going to be a disgruntled sailor about something everywhere, but we're really trying our damnedest, honestly.
That's good to hear, man. You got anything on that, Damon? I just think that's good to hear.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I tell you, man, like you brought up Master Chief, Fleet Master Chief, right? I met him, man. I talked with him one day. He was on the one of the carriers, man, and he wasn't the master. He wasn't the carrier Master Chief, but he was on there. I don't know if he was a squadron Master Chief or something at the time. And I went on and I talked to him because I was talking about the program, you know. So I went on there, man. We had a great conversation, man. He even gave me like, I forgot the books, man. He gave me like 3 books to read, man. So he was going that in depth, you know what I mean, when he was talking to me. So to see him out there doing big things, man, big shouts out to him, man. But I'm not surprised, man. You know, when it comes to him and his leadership and what you guys doing there, it's direct reflection, you know what I mean, on what's going on there. So yay, keep charging and keep tuning us up, man. And Navy HR, you know. Hey, I'm gonna tell you about Navy HR, man. If Dumbo say Navy HR is legit, Navy HR is legit, man. Because Dumbo will call him out if your shit ain't legit.
Hey, what'd you learn from them books?
Yeah, man, I ain't making it.
Not the LeBron. It was a good book.
Yeah, I read that.
I ain't making it, man. I ain't making it. Sorry, Fleet, man. I ain't making it. Hey, man. Hey, Dumbo always got to put me on spot. Sorry about that, Fleet, man. I ain't quite making it to the books, man.
Hey, Fleet Terrell. Hey, let us know what books they are, man, so we can get them things published, man. So we can make sure David read them things,
hey,
man.
You know what, man, Dumbo? I'm going to look on my phone later, man, because when he was pulling these books out, he had them there with him.
Yeah.
And I was taking pictures of him.
What you mean by he had the books?
He had books with him. Like the book, he had them physically. I took pictures of the book.
Like he just walking around with books?
No, I was in his spot. You know what I mean? I was in like his stateroom type, whatever. I don't know if it was a stateroom or not, whatever he was on. He was in there and he had the books in there. So when he pulled it out, you should read this type stuff. I was just taking pictures on my phone. I don't know if I'm making it worse for myself by saying that.
So you got pictures? So, like, I was gonna say Fleet a little swaggy. Like I ain't imagine them to just be pulling books out of thin air and shit. Like
no, Fleet had them books on stand. I don't know if he knew I was coming over there or what, man. Fleet had them books on standby for me, man.
So that mean they probably meant a lot to him. Like he learned a lot from him. He trying to pass that knowledge on to a young whippersnapper. My man took the pictures and they got lost in his fucking phone.
That's what happened, man. That's what happened. The books got lost. The phone died on me or something. I don't know what happened, man. Sorry about that, Fleet.
Oh shit, man. Hey,
that's crazy.
What do I have, man? Oh, before we started this podcast, I was on the internet. I know you got some stuff, Dame. I can't wait. But before we started this podcast, I was on the internet and I saw this dude. He was sucking a dude's toes. He was sucking a dude's feet, man. And so basically what I got out of this is this, and I'm going to get deep into it, right? But I got internet culture is getting too crazy. Like people filming everything, right? So this dude made this dude suck his feet because he caught him with his wife. And since the dude that he caught with his wife was married, he ain't want his wife to find out. So he made him like he was trying to punk him out or whatever. So he made him suck his feet. That shit crazy. I'm sorry to bring that up, David. I'm sorry. Right after the Fleet Terrell time. Hey, if somebody had watch yourself, home Fleet. No, listen. If somebody home Fleet in to listen right there, hey, Fleet, they talk about you. Hey, turn it off, Fleet. It was cool. You can turn it off now. It's over now. We talk about toes being sucked, man.
That's one hell of a segue.
Yeah. Hey, I know you saw. Hey, no.
I saw it. You gonna have to get me a new wife. She gonna have to leave me. I'm not sucking no toes.
Wow,
that's crazy.
He was calling him a chump and all types of shit.
Tell me I'm the realest you ever seen.
That's wild, man. I don't even know what to say about that. That was so wild.
Send her the pictures, the videos, and all that. I don't care. Tell her.
Yeah, what if you don't want your wife to find out, Damon? What?
She gonna have to find out.
My wife gonna have to find out.
She gonna have to find out, man. Ain't no doubt. You gonna
I'm sorry. What we gonna do? We gonna go to therapy or what?
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
okay.
Man. I don't know what that guy had going on or whatever, man. I don't know what his wife do or whatever the case may be, but I'm here to tell you right now, she gonna find out. There's no doubt she's gonna find out. Ain't no damn way I'm finna be sucking on no dude's toes, man.
Cool.
I'm sorry. That's not happening.
That's internet culture, man. People are crashing out, yo.
All they do is pull their phones out. First thing they do. That's why a lot of us new sailors, we can't get away with nothing. I remember my first deployment, we was wilding. I ain't gonna go into no details. I'm not about to get on NJP. I don't know the statute of limitation, nothing like that. But we was going crazy because we had flip phones.
Yeah.
Internet is a motherfucker, boy. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like a lot of people still going crazy, even with the cameras now. Like it's like they ain't like, and it ain't just cameras on your phones. It's cameras everywhere. It ain't really nowhere you could go that don't like. I know like the Julio Fulio situation that recently happened. Them dudes had them dudes in 4K and like
4K
12 different locations. They could have made
That
a
was
whole
better than
movie.
They was better than Tubi.
Yeah. That's it. Like what can you do? They outside of hotels. Like it's just crazy nowadays, man. We gotta self-assess. We gotta self-assess.
Stay your butt inside.
Yeah. Stay inside. Hey, Damon, what's up, man? You
man.
Carrier life. What's good?
Hey,
with
man,
it?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. This carrier life is kicking my ass, man. I ain't been on there about 3 weeks, man, and it's different, bro. But one is we 58% man. For one, right? And last time, in my division, and last time I was there, man, I did a little short stint on the carrier before, and man, we was packing about 60 some people in the division. Right now, man, I'm talking about, bro. We do not have that many people, man.
Bro,
so what's up?
Let me ask you a question while you're talking. Is it your rate as a whole? Because they was on demand on my carrier. Is it your rate?
I don't know, man. It don't seem like it is. When you look at the numbers and you look at, when you look at the numbers, they say, okay, are we on demand, man? It don't seem like it's that bad. So I don't understand, man. But I don't know, man. But we are 58%, bro. And it is obvious that we are 58%, man. I'm talking about, how much PMS that damage control have on board a carrier, man? And it shows because we ain't got the amount of people to get shit done, man. And a lot of people we got are young sailors too, man. They young, trying to learn. They hungry. Don't get it twisted. They hungry, but it's just not enough, and they young, man. So with all that being said, because I'm all about somebody who want to learn and somebody want to get in the fight and somebody want to do their thing, right? But let me tell you, man, this is also my do better, man. I'm putting it in together right now.
Hey, Damon.
Go ahead. Can
I think YN1 had something on what you were saying, though.
Oh, go ahead, YN1.
So when I was on the Bush, the Baham Rashad had went down. So we went from, the IET, it was 18. So when Baham Rashad went down, we doubled that. So that just put a more burden on the DC guys because now the IET, we got to have the double amount of everybody. And that means with a dumb amount of people that's being imported from the duty section, that's more people y'all got to train. And then them hoses and all that stuff, it's a lot for DCs. My heart really go out to you guys. I know y'all struggling. It's really bad for y'all.
Struggle is real, man.
And you could tell by the advancement, the way the advancement exam is going by, why y'all excluded from the way the Navy is going forward. That tells you something is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nobody
wants to be DC men no more. So
yeah, it's a fact, man. It's a fact, no doubt. With the whole IETs and all that stuff, man, that's a whole new, eye-opening thing, man. Let me tell you something. I don't want to get into that too much about, on my ship and how it's doing. But let me tell you this, man. We talking about first classes, man. First class damage control, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And they don't like scene leader positions, man. That's how the amount of people we got. As you know what I'm saying? They scene leaders, man. Come on, that's the trainers of a ship. The DC ones is the ones that's doing this training. They training the ship. They're scene leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how crazy it is. But yeah, but I want to get into this thing, man. Like, so surface, Navy, and air, right? Totally different, right? I'm talking about totally different. And this is something that we really got to think about, man, when we start, hey, yeah, I made Master Chief. Yes, I got to go to a carrier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I go to this carrier. When I tell you this shit is eye-opening, it's not eye-opening from a material standpoint, but training the ship, it is eye-opening, man. It's like a total different thing, man. You grading different. You're doing totally different stuff. We have to talk about this stuff. You can't just throw me in this fire, right? So now you would think it's part of my do better. Now you would think that I'm finna get a great turnover. Big shots out to the Master Chiefs on board. I love you guys. No disrespect, right? No disrespect. I shows up on a Friday, right? I shows up on a Friday. I'm finna like we gonna meet up, when I get there. Didn't see him on Friday, right? So okay, Saturday. Didn't see him on Saturday. He got a hotel out of town. He flies back out on Monday. I ain't see him Friday or Saturday, so he flies back to I think wherever he flew to, right? Didn't see him on. Then the ships leave on Monday. So then he said, "Hey, I'm gonna stop by on Sunday." So I said, "Okay, he gonna stop by." He stopped by on Sunday. So I comes back to the ship. I'm waiting on him because he gonna stop by. So now it's like 16. I'm like, man, what's going on? You coming by? And he said, yeah, man. He said, yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Right. So now, okay, for to come on, because it's a big deal, man. Like you turn over on a carrier, man. We talking about tax. We talking about whole different stuff, right? So I'm thinking I'm finna get me a little quick rundown, right? Bro. Shouts out to my dude. He comes.
Keep shouting him out.
He called.
I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because
we ain't so little.
Hey, Dumbo. He calls me up Sunday when he got there. And he said, hey, man, can you come out to the parking lot? And I'm like, damn, why? You know what? You good. I mean, everything's good, man. You need to bring some stuff. I said, yeah, man. And, I would come on board, but I ain't bringing my shoes. What the fuck, bro? Like,
what?
Bro, so came out there, bro. I went out there. We dapped it up. We talked, bro. Bro, I got 0-0 turnover, man. You know what I mean? Like, and then look, check this out. I go on this ship and I know damage. I feel like I know damage control, right? So it's not a crazy turnover type deal for me, but it is some certain things that I would have liked that got turned over. So I'm talking shit about it because I didn't really get a turnover. But at the same time, man, we talk about on the carrier, we talk about surface and air. Things are freaking different, right? So my better is we have to do better on that though. When we talk about this turnover thing. And I know carriers and I'm figuring this out. If it ain't about recovering and launching aircrafts, I don't know how much they give a fuck about things, man. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And then on top of that, Dumbo, let me tell you this, man. On top of all of that stuff that I'm talking about right now with the turnover, we in the middle of an inspection. We in the middle, like they just had Part 2, and now we about to do Testa in 2 weeks, and I'm there like, shit. You know what I mean? I'm like still learning these things and learning this and learning that, man. So, my do better, man. We have to do better on turning over. Sometimes I know the expectations is I'm a Master Chief. I'm coming to a new, but I'm telling you, from a DC standpoint, I have learned a lot that is different from the surface to this freaking carrier. And it is a big deal. It ain't small. It ain't small things when it comes to, the training aspect of it, man. I'm talking about the whole grading system is different. The entire grading system is different. But yeah, man, other than that, man, I like the carrier though, man. It ain't bad, man. It ain't like, go ahead.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
In one of them parts, I do agree with you. I want to get into that, like you were saying, as far as we got to get better at with leaders, right? As far as when we bring them on board, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. I just want to get one thing kind of in my own brain so I know that I'm kind of sequencing things right.
Yeah.
And I know this not. I know like what you said wasn't really personal to the person you relieved. It was more the process of relieving.
Yeah.
Is this the same situation that they wanted you to come earlier? Like wanted you to report to the ship earlier? Why you smiling?
Hey man, Dumbo boy, Dumbo be on fire, bro. He's on fire.
What's the backstory? I'm lost. Hey,
Dumbo's on fire.
Because why it was like it sound pretty shitty, right? And I get it, but no, I'm asking this for a reason, man. And it ain't really about you.
Yeah.
But this is the dude that wanted you to come earlier. He wanted you to check in earlier, and you would have had to eat your leave, right? And you said.
No, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't check in early. Yeah, I checked in on my normal time of checking in.
Yeah.
Now I'm not totally. Yeah, I had to move my family up and do all that stuff. I'm not totally sure why I wanted to move. Why they want me to move in earlier. Now I'm hearing things why they wanted me to come in earlier, right? But I do know it was almost time for him to transfer. So as soon as I got there, I know to turn. If I probably would have turned in, if I would have showed up earlier, I probably would have got a great.
Like
a great turnover probably if I would have showed up early. So I think the fact that I showed up when I supposed to, and then I flew out, maybe that kind of hurt the whole situation. But man, I'm not showing up early.
I don't want to get too deep into like, fuck it. Hey, boss, I don't know you. I ain't turn over with you, man. You was mad at him, wasn't you? Wasn't you mad at David? He was mad at you, dog. He said, "Fuck, I'm gonna make this dude." That was a passive aggressive response, man. He was pissed.
You know what, Dumbo? I never thought about it like that.
Don't think about it like that. Please don't. Hey, love and respect to you, my brother. But I know what it is, and somebody don't check in as early as you want them to check in. Make them turn over with you in the parking lot.
That's crazy.
This motherfucker.
Hey, handshake and a dap, bro. Handshake and a dap, man.
That's funny.
Shouts out to my guy, man. I love you, bro.
Yeah, shouts out.
Let me show you where the office is at and nothing.
Oh, hey, hold up. Office straight. I'm talking about I show up, bro. I show up, man. I don't know what it is on the ship you was on, man, but it's up for it used to be called it was the CO2 shop. Right by the judge up there. I don't know if it's the same place or not. But hey, I woke up there, man. So the chief, the DCC come to get me. He came, got me, took me up to the office, man. I go up there, man. I'm talking about big ass plaque with my name on the freaking door. Whole nine, bro. Ooh. Open the door up. I'm like, oh shit. The floor is waxed. So I'm gonna get the whole nine, bro. He was making up for that shit. He was making up for that bullshit.
The floor is waxed.
Hey, bro, no nice. Shit though. The office is straight though. I can't shit on the office at all. Man.
I work at a cubicle.
Yeah, my our DCCM office on the carrier I was on. It was backed by reactor and engineering and all that. It wasn't up forward. It was back there by where the log room and all that is, where the EDIV shop is. You somewhere by legal and MWR, like you somewhere over there.
I'm on the O2 level.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
What?
But no. I take that back. 01 level. 01 level.
Still.
Yeah, so I'm right off the hangar, man. Time I go on the hangar, time I come in, boom, I'm right up there in my spot right there.
Damn, you living good.
Yeah. Off in the corner, man. Off in the cut, man. Solo dolo, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just you. You got a chief?
Yeah.
Oh, you straight. But you probably running training and all that, and chief running maintenance and
that's a whole nother conversation we'll have a little bit later, man.
Yeah, he be in DRB every week. That's all he do is DRB.
Can't get too personal.
That's facts too, man. CJ, that's facts. Them DRB.
I was on the carrier. I was like, yo, we got DRB every week.
Yeah,
every week. People is going crazy.
They call them Master Chiefs DRB on that thing, man. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't know if they call them like that on every carrier, but they call them Master Chief DRB. So.
Yeah, because that should just be melted into the damn ship schedule, man. Just solid in that joint.
Every time, same time, because it's going to be somebody every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, I ain't really, for me, I just had some wild topics. Like, yeah, I think most of the topics is yours, Damon. Like,
Yeah.
I had one on here. It was like, I don't even want to really say it, but remember when you used to get scared that you get locked up for pirating music? Y'all remember those days where if you download
LimeWire?
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna get me, boy. I thought they was gonna get me.
They gonna come get me, man. But I need this new J. Cole, man.
Bro, shit be popping up on your
rock with J.
screen,
Cole?
bro.
I fuck with Cole, yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's my favorite rapper.
Yeah, well, how you feel about him bowing out the battle?
I was there.
Oh, you was at the show?
I was at Dreamville Fest, and I was hurt.
Yeah, that was a rough moment.
I saw you say yourself, like, man, he talked about the best rapper alive and anybody step two.
Yeah.
I know he ain't apologized like that.
Yeah,
man.
like you just can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Man, even if he bowed out the battle, like even if he ain't never dropped a song again or something like that, you just can't. I don't think you could do that as a competitive rapper.
No.
And then you took the song off of Apple Music.
No.
Yeah.
All of that, man. All of that.
Yeah. See, I never lost a song though. I ain't never lose a song. It's still in my phone.
It ain't on my phone.
For real?
It's grayed out.
Let me tell you what hurt me about that whole thing is, man. Like to be honest with you, man, I know Drake can make good music, but I knew Drake was not finna hold up lyrically with K-Dot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like him and J. Cole, we was finna really see some fireworks, man. Like from a lyrical, listen to some good music being made and blah, blah, blah. That's kind of what I was looking forward to, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. This ain't no shots at Drake, man. I like Drake, but I'm just saying lyrically, I was looking forward to K-Dot and J. Cole, man.
Yeah. I think Cole just knew that at some point it would get too personal because Drake and K-Dot had real beef. Yeah, like they really disliked each other. Yeah. Cole really didn't care. He was there for the penmanship and the art of the game. So he just bowed out gracefully before it got too deep. Yeah. Because Cole, he all about protecting his peace. He been in the game 14 years. We don't know his wife alike. We don't know his kids alike. Mm-hmm. J. Cole come through, he drop his bombs, and he disappear again.
Yeah, Cole.
He don't want none of the limelight, none of the fandom, none of the fame.
That's kind of like K-Dot too, though, right?
Yeah,
K-Dot, he kind of the same way. I don't really know a whole lot about him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He close to that. We've seen his wife and kids now, but he's private too. Yeah, they private. A lot of artists now are private like that. I think the only reason why you see Drake's son as much is because Pusha dissed him. So I feel like Drake. Yeah, I feel like Drake just feel like he gotta show his son now because the Pusha diss. He probably, I think he would have been more private. And honestly, like you can't blame him for being private. But since he got dissed, he can't be private. So he had to I don't know. I would have stayed private. Like
that man got a corn star pregnant. Come on, man.
He got forced to show his son, man.
What are we doing? Why you got her pregnant? Her?
Yeah.
Push,
man. I don't even want, man. Yeah.
Nah,
Push one of my favorites.
I fuck with Push.
Yeah.
The last album, fire.
Yeah, his last shit. I ain't heard a bad project ever that Push was on. Not one. Probably the third Clips album was the worst project they had, and that's even kind of good. Hey, CJ, what should do better?
As far as what?
Anything. If it's something you need to do better, if it's something the Navy. Actually, before you go, or while you thinking, I got a couple from some of our listeners. So one of our listeners said, do better. There needs to be a better expectation between leaving dry dock and actually getting underway. Manning needs to be in the dry dock stage and not before deployment. The hard work and needed manning is pier side, not underway.
I mean, now that I'm seeing P and I'm in these meetings and jot down notes from the big wigs in the Navy, at the end of the day, we're going to be taking something from this side and giving something to that side. I know more is the man of us in the yards. We got a goal to accomplish with less people because the priority goes to the ships that are in the deployable status.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's not the priority. The priority is the ships that are ready to go and ready to go to war. So when you go into the yards, you're going to get the worst manning you ever seen, and you're going to be expected to do the most with the littlest amount of people you ever seen. So, I mean, it's not enough people joining the Navy these days.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's the answer. That's it. That's what it is, man. At the end of the day, the priority is going to go for ships that are deployed. We know that. That's not the problem. The problem is the manning. Right? Yeah. That's the whole thing, man. We're not manned up anymore. Retention is crazy. Recruiting is crazy. And all that is taken from what we need to do. And then if ships are deployed and you got that right NEC, you finna go.
You gone. You
got to go, man. It is what it is. But as a junior sailor, I understand that question though.
I don't know if that's coming from a junior sailor, bro.
Okay,
I think that's coming from, and the crazy thing is, whoever this is somebody that we know. But whatever their name is on Instagram or TikTok, I don't know that. It is somebody we really know too.
We know. Okay.
Somebody we real tight with. But whatever their name was on Instagram and TikTok, I don't register it. Like I had to go back through our messages and be like, oh shit, that's such and such. But it is somebody that like knows us personally.
Yeah, and I take that comment back. From a sailor that's on a ship, I understand that question. You know what I mean? When you in that ship life and you coming out of there, you got to run all these drills and you got this basic phase that's going down, man. Like I understand why the manning, can be a problem though. Put it like that. I understand though. You know what I mean? You got people running around. Like right now, we are in the basic phase on this ship and it's crazy right now. I really ain't got people. I'm doing like a lot on here, man. I'm talking about, I'm running around this carrier like a junior sailor damn near, man. Right now. That's what I'm doing right now, man. So I understand the frustration anyway. But I think it's a bigger picture, and the bigger picture is the manning.
Yeah, I think we get like a convoluted idea of what being underway means when it comes to manning. Because a lot of times when the world has been safe for so fucking long that we kind of forget what the real purpose of like some of this stuff is. Like we need as many people on board. And right now we got action on some ships that's underway. And I know that they are prioritized when it comes to manning and they need all them people. We need people for a lot of reasons. We need people because we could lose people. We need people, like we are the military. We are the fighting force of America. So, I mean, that's kind of my thought, when it comes to that process. And then the other thought of it is in the yards, a lot of the work is a share of the work is being done by contractors and different, other people like that doing work. But then that point that they were talking about, that like sweet spot when you transitioning from the yards and you going like back to getting underway. Yeah, I mean, of course, right? But like y'all said, where everybody at? Like mostly every rate is like not having apprentice, like people in the apprentice positions, right? That's where I can't say most every rate. Who the fuck am I? It's a lot of rates that we talking about that's having like a lot of low numbers when it come to the apprentice position. That's what E1 through like E3, right? Those very junior positions. So we ain't really got nobody. You know what I mean? So I think it's a whole bunch of things. I understand that person's frustration too, but we need people. We need our ships to be full underway. We need more ships. We need a whole bunch of shit when it comes to, underway. I got one more do better. I think you probably got yours now, YN1, but I got one more. It came from Teresa Carpenter, who we had on our podcast before. She says, my do better is a call to take the IG process out of the hands of commanders with the independent IG and champion the congressional rep who, with the help of Walk the Talk Foundation, gets this added to the next NDAA. Yeah.
Hey, my quick thought on that is we should be taking a lot of these programs out of the command hands when it comes to programs like that, right? And Dumbo, you heard me talk about this before, man. I love the fact that, like, I feel like for one, you're putting pressure on the command, right? You're putting pressure on them for certain situations. I think that you can take away, and then it's more of a neutral atmosphere. You know what I mean? You ain't got nobody I don't know this person. Ain't no feelings involved. The human aspect you know, I ain't gonna say it kind of being a little bit diluted a little bit when you got somebody else coming in and taking this and looking at it instead of it's somebody I kind of know and this and that. So I agree totally with that. In a sense, I agree with it. Now I'm sure there's more to it, but I do agree with it.
Y'all think command and doc is a necessary? We about to stray off course for one second. Y'all think command and doc is a necessary thing that needs to happen at a command? A ship?
I mean, yeah, just hit the hot spots. A lot of the stuff is just like, I mean, as a yeoman, they give me my computer, they tell me get to work. I get my access, get to work. It's a lot of stuff that's really not necessary. I think we just need to hit the hot spots.
What'd you think, Damon?
I think they need to go to NDOC, man, to know what's going on. But at the same time, man, you know what I'm really thinking about when you say that, Dumbo? I'm thinking about my ship right now going through NDOC. They off the ship somewhere, man, doing NDOC. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm really thinking about. They somewhere else, man. Like they off the ship doing it. But yeah, man, I think it's good information for the youngsters though, man. Like especially when you're first coming, it's your new ship and you getting all the information you need. A small
name one. Name like one person that you think is good that the youngsters see in NDOC. Just one.
Simio?
Yeah, I mean...
Do the Simio sign the check-in sheet?
Mm-hmm.
At NDOC or separate from NDOC?
Both. Well, I've been.
Hey, you know what, Dumbo? I got what you're saying. I know exactly where you're going with this. But I do think that you're, Dumbo, you're probably 95% right what you about to say or what you were saying. But I think also... I
ain't say it.
I know you didn't say it. But I think if you block that time off, you may get a little bit more information instead of that chief or first class. They might have something going on real quick, and it might be a quick signature and come back and see me later. Then we never see them, right? Mm-hmm. But you put that time and you put that block in there. Well, I know I'm finna get you for these 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever that time is. So I think that's the only difference. But I do understand what you're saying.
You're right. No, because I was going to say this. This is what I was going to say.
Okay.
Because I don't have an answer for that. I don't got an opinion or answer about that.
Okay.
But I was going to say that I think it is necessary for us to do the 3M training and the DC training for like sailors when they like brand new sailors when they first check in that never been to a ship before. Get your 3M and get your DC. So those weeks or whatever weeks they are, whatever, do that 100%. The other part of it, you won me over with the other part. I was going to say it's redundant to me to go talk to the DAPA, get them to sign your check-in sheet, and then have the DAPA come talk to the group. That's redundant to me, but when I was a Simio, I used to do like these full-fledged fucking check-ins, right? I would take the time out of my day to spend 15, 20 minutes talking to a sailor, so I'm looking at it from my own lens. You're right. Some people might just be checking check-in sheets and shit like that. But your opinion kind of swayed wherever I thought I was going to go. So I agree with you.
Thank you, Demo. It's probably the first time, but thank you, man.
It's not the first time. Hey, so did you think of a do better yet?
What was the subject? We went on the tangent.
Yeah, so the do better is something you think that the Navy could do better. People in the Navy could do better. You could do better. And it don't got to even be the Navy. It could be military. It could be just regular life.
So the PFA system, we done been through so many different things. We went from two a year to 2 a year, but if you get an excellent, you get the other side validated. So you got to do 1 a year, and now we only do 1 a year. And then now we are talking about we creating a space of readiness instead of a space of testing. But there's no incentive for me to get a good low to me get an outstanding high.
Yeah.
So I did my PFA last week. I'm telling you right now, you got 60 push-ups and 1 minute and 45 seconds of plank out of me. There's no incentive of me to go hard.
Yeah.
There's no incentive of me to go crazy in shape. And then we creating this, everybody want to talk about work-life balance. Everybody knows every command you're supposed to give your sailors 3 days out the week, 1 hour out the work day to go work out. How many places y'all been, department PT, division PT, we just don't do it. there's no incentive for a sailor to want to stay in shape. And then if a sailor is in shape, that also helps with their mental. It kind of goes hand in hand. So there's no reason for a sailor to really want to be in shape and really go hard for the PFA and be in standards, because we're not even putting nobody out of the Navy no more for being fat.
Yeah. Command PT got to be dying, right? Like it has to be dying out, right?
It's dead. It's dead.
It doesn't happen. Smoked out. It's smoked out. It's burned out.
They on the smoke deck smoking Newport 100s.
Hey man, you know what? You know what's really, really funny, man? When that CFL now get up in the crowd and say, "If you don't do your PFA, I'ma fail you." Who gives a fuck?
You know how many khakis I see doing them head nod push-ups?
Like, let me tell you, man, it don't even have that. It don't even have that same, like, when you get that CFL up and he talking about it, man, it don't even have that same energy no more. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we'll get this done by December or whatever, November 30th or whatever it is. But it's like, it don't even have that same energy. Then you put out a deadline and say, it got to be done by this. Yeah, okay, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, right. And the only reason why I'm saying that because I'm a firm believer on getting it done during this time or whatever the case may be. But then once it happened, you put your deadline out, then it changes a month. Then it changes another month. Then it changes another month. So it's really no, like, that deadline. Is it a real deadline? Can you go as a C? And I don't know this. I'm asking this question. If you a CFL and you have in written instructions saying all your sailor is going to be done by July the 30th. If they don't do it by July the 30th, do you have the authority now to fail them if it ain't due until November or whatever? So you know what I'm saying? So that means automatic. If you can't do that, then let me know that, you know, it ain't got no power to it though. You know what I mean? Saying stuff like that. So now you got to what? Do it every week. If you show up, you show up. You know what I mean? So I don't even understand like it's a lot. I'm just running on a little tangent. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think it's like a certain, and I should know, right? But I don't know everything. But I think it's like a certain window of time from the 10-week notice through the weigh-ins and all of that everything's supposed to be done. But I don't have all like the answers with that. But like you said, they don't close out till November 30th. So people could still do a late till November 30th, depending on, you know, the CFLs. I mean, and if that's wrong, if somebody listening and that's wrong, then that's a problem, you know, because that's what people think. You know what I mean? Like that's what people think. So, you know, my thing is though, Damon, like just command PT, period, right? I had a meeting with my first classes yesterday, and they was bringing up command PT like they had to pitch it and sell it to me. Like, hey, senior, can we do? Because I'm getting there, we're within, and I told them, I'm like, y'all know I'm getting here within the 10 weeks notice, right? So we stopped the, you know, and was it always stopping command PT within the 10-week notice, or was it before just stopping command PT during the PFA?
Yeah, that's what I remember. Doing the PFA.
Which one?
Doing the PFA.
Just during the PFA,
yeah,
right? Not in 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yo, we got 10 weeks to the P. So
the whole 10 weeks
PFA,
you don't work out? You don't do nothing?
So we gonna stop command PT. So basically I'm like, hey, when we finish, you know, PFA season, yeah, let's go. Let's do some, you know, and they like, and it's crazy because they trying to pitch it to me like, hey, senior, even if we did it once a month, it don't got, I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm all for it. Like you don't got to sell it to me. Like, I'm all for this shit. Let's go. The thing that I'm telling them is like, I could be your anchor. I could like whatever you need from me. I got you. I could lead off. I could be your anchor, but I'm not doing all the work. You know, they like, hey, we want to do holiday parties. We could do whatever y'all want to do, but we need an appetite for it. We need some motivated people. So they want to go to Command PT, and I want to see how it looks. And I know my captain is going to support Command PT. Everybody, you know, wants to do it, but it's like, you got to do it. You know, and then if we do it, we got to hold people accountable to it. That's khaki and everything. You know what I mean? So I think that shit dying out though, CJ.
It's dead.
Yeah, you're right.
Because, I mean, especially where I'm at, in CMP, we work hard. Everybody work hard. When you get off work, I ain't about to go to the gym. I'm going home. I'm about to get on the game. I'm about to get on a PS5. What we doing, boys? Like, it's over for that.
CJ, hey, I remember, man, they was trying to do that same thing. So, hey, we go do PT at 15:30. Man, who doing
Nobody
PT at
show up.
15:30, man? Are you serious right now? 15:30? Come on.
Nobody's showing up. You gotta incentivize it. Make it 1400. Then we go home after that. Everybody show up then.
Yeah. Somebody recommended. People been recommending like this whole honor system, like PT at your own pace, and then document it and do all of that. I would rather PT at my own pace than go to command PT. I've never been a fan of command PT. No matter what rank I was, I never liked it. I never liked no part of it. I do it as a sailor and tradition and all that. But the warm-up shit, I don't like. I don't like some of the warm-up. Like, yo, put your arm up here. Like,
Damo, you
try to do all that.
You most definitely
express
that too. You express it too, Damo. You most definitely be expressing that.
Stretch. What'd you say?
Because you was expressing that too. That you ain't like,
like, yo, what is this, man? But I need to stretch, and I'm gonna get into that. It's funny. I was dealing with some health shit. Damon might know this through his wife because my wife and his wife talk, but I'm not going to talk about it on this podcast. I am going to talk about it the next, for the listeners, the next D-Guts episode you hear me on, that's when you're going to hear me talk about this, dealing with my health and like shit like that. And like not like, I will say this, matter of fact, take care of yourself. Right. And that's what I say for the young people. If you're anything like me, when you read the Get Money book, the How to Get Rich book, all of the shit that's in the book, you already know, and you just wasn't doing that shit. Right. And that's kind of what I mean when it comes to health. It's nothing that you doing health wise that you like don't know is fucked up if it's fucked up, right? So if you drink every night, you know it's fucked up. You know drinking alcohol every night is not the way to go. If you eat fried foods every single day or 3 times a week, 4 times a week, you know somewhere in the back of your head that it's probably not okay to be eating them fried foods, you know, every like 3 to 4 times a week. And again, I ain't about to get up here and preach. That's not what I come to do. But I will say this. If you know at some point you're going to get slapped in the face with a health-related fucking fist, then be ready for it when it come. But when it come, it's going to fucking hurt. I'm going to tell y'all that now because I just got my, you about to turn 40. You need to calm down. Yeah, I just got my, you about to turn 40. You need to calm down, slap in the face. And it hurt. And I never want to get it again. I never want to feel that again. So I immediately started making different choices. I'll give one example only. I'm on and off when it comes to energy drinks. I'm really not a fan of caffeine because it puts you through withdrawals. Recently checking into my new command, I started drinking caffeine. Through energy drinks and like other avenues, I was drinking caffeine. I think I got myself up to about 400 milligrams of caffeine a day, right? Like around like 400. So some of what, and it's way more. Like I said, I'll talk more about it. But some of what my body was responding to was all that fucking caffeine, you know, and then trying to just cold turkey off of it and all of that. Like it just didn't end right. Like I went to the ER twice on Tuesday. You know what I mean? I done got about 4 to 5 blood draws and took urine tests and all types of shit. You know what I mean? So for the listeners, just know, take care of yourself. This shit is, don't take it for granted. It might sound fun. It might sound cool. It might taste good. It might feel good. But eventually this shit is going, your body is going to catch up with your ass, man. You know? The week before I found out I had arthritis, and then the week after I'm in the ER twice and all this shit. And like, so it definitely does catch up with you, man. The shit I've been eating now, Damon, like it's crazy, bro. Like, but I'm gonna get more into, I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm gonna get more into it next week for me, my life. I think we closing out soon. I'm going to see Usher on next Thursday. I'm going to see Usher. So I'm on leave, Damon.
Okay.
Next week. First week of the season. First week of the
Damn,
season.
bro. That's how you
We
roll,
need
man.
you.
That's how
We
you roll.
need you.
Damo.
Yeah, so I got like, so remember when I transferred to my new command, I still had baby leave. So I still got baby leave to burn before I can't, right?
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. So I'm on leave, but I'm participating in all, and this ain't something I would normally do for the listeners. If I'm on leave, and I had to talk to my captain about it. Because he like, hey, you could just be on leave. I'm like, yeah, but it's the chief season, and so I'm gonna participate in all season events. I'm gonna be there for all the season stuff. I'm just on leave, so I could like wake up. I'm tired of waking up at like 4 a.m. I need a little break from that. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm on leave, and that's my next week.
I got a question for y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
How do y'all shave? I don't see no razor bumps, no nothing. How y'all do it?
Well, you know,
Y'all
Damo can probably talk to you a little bit better about it because he used to have Damo used to be bearded up, man. You know, Damo used to be bearded up.
Yeah, I wish I still was.
Yeah. Me personally, man, I just got, you know, I shave with edgers. I can't shave with none of that stuff, man. It got to be edgers for me, man. And I never broke out from it, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little upset I don't break out, man. I'm ready to go to medical.
Yeah.
I bump out from edges.
For real. Hey, I use Harry's, man. I use Harry's shaving cream. And
You stay with a razor?
I use the Harry's razor. Yep. I use the Harry's razor with the Harry shaving cream. Yep. And I haven't broken out from that one. So for me, I realized, but I changed the razor blade often. Like I changed the razor blade. Like I only use a razor blade like twice because the Harry's razor blades, they feel dull after the second time. So it's it ain't a cheap kind of lifestyle, right? Some people keep their razor blades for fucking like probably too long. I use them twice because first of all, after you shave, like you're not drying it out normally. You shaking it off and like putting it somewhere to rest. So that's kind of like sitting water on that blade anyway. So if I don't use it no more than twice, and it's the Harry's razor and it's the Harry shaving cream, and that's what I found that works. The Gillette shaving cream, all them other shaving creams, they break me out. You know, them other razors would break me out and all of that. I go against the grain. If I use the bevel, so sometimes I use the bevel, just the regular blade insert, just the one blade insert, and I'll shave it to the grain. If I want like a real close shave, I hit the bevel and then I hit the Harry's up. So I go bevel down and then Harry's up. I realize I'm starting to get the damn shadow the next day, man. Damon, you realize that? Like I'm starting to like midday. So I used to be able to go 2 days without shaving. Now it's like midday the next day. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm a dirtbag. You know what I mean?
I'm saying,
so that's what I do. But I used to have a no shave shit, man. I had bumps.
My bumps is crazy.
Yeah.
I pus, all that. It's just, and then I feel like a dirtbag, like you said, because a lot of people I get judged before I even open my mouth. So I'm working in the negative every time I meet somebody.
We gotta stop doing that. And I said I wasn't gonna do this again, but it's kind of crazy because I mean it's who you spend time with. But I had a conversation with my captain about the same thing about people without beards, and I mean people with beards. And I remember when I was a junior seller, an officer I respect told me I needed to shave before I set a cell at a quarter board, and I had a no shave. I had the paperwork that told me I didn't have to shave. Mm-hmm. And I listened to him, but you know I'm talking to my captain. He was looking like, what? You know, and like, you know, back then I listened to him, I did the board. But we gotta stop doing that. Like we giving out these no shave chits, no shave profiles or whatever like that for a reason. Right? And we gotta stop judging people's professionalism based off it. The reason why I say that, because there's some people like, let's say we make some clips. Like nowadays we kind of up and down with clips, right? So hopefully we get some clips out for this episode. I think we will because I'm going on leave, so I'm gonna have time. But let's say we make clips, and let's say you're saying something in the clip. Like, so let's say you say like, let's say you say it's a bunch of chiefs that's doing them push-ups where they only lifting up their head. One of those chiefs might look at that clip and be like, he got a beard. Like, boom, boom, boom. And it's like, yeah, he also got a no-shave shit. Like, he's able to have a beard. Like, we got to stop doing that. That's my opinion on that, Damon. But I get frustrated with that shit. Like, we need to stop holding people. I think the Army got a real big bullshit situation right now about shaving profiles and shit like that.
Matt Sergeant Parker?
Yeah.
Don't do it. Yeah, because Captain Gerby posted me on his page or whatever. It's like 4 or 5 comments like he needs a shave. I'm like, damn, like that got nothing to do with the knowledge I got as a yeoman or anything like that. He shouted me out for being seen and said like, yeah, and your rebuttal is he needs a shave.
Yeah, that don't make no damn sense.
Yeah,
I can't. I promise. I don't want this. I gotta moisturize it every day. It's bad over here. It's not an easy life to have a beard.
And you know what? You know what's crazy about that, man? Like, to me, like the Navy has standards and they have instructions and they got all this stuff we follow, man. But the freaking shaving is one of them instructions, man, that we freaking always like automatically down it. If you got a no-shave shit and if you within, I don't care, man. You know what I mean? If you within whatever regulations we have, whatever the instruction says, if you within that, what is the problem? Right? What is the problem? And look, man, I'm all about it too, man. I'm ready to stand up, like, and be like, no. Like, if somebody say you need to shave, no. Like, well, for what? Like, we have to say those things though, because you're right, man. You are right. You can judge when you walk through the freaking door, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Automatically, you getting judged right now. People are side-eyeing you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Time you walk through the door. But if you within regulations, you know what I mean? You within regulations. Like, and I see it though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you can notice the room will go silent on your ass. You know what I mean? People could be talking, you come in the door like, oh. You know what I mean? We got to do better when it comes to that, man.
Yeah, 100%. I ain't got to do better. I would say I had a book, but the book I read is bad. It's a bad book, man. Probably the worst book I read this year. Probably the worst book I read in the last 4 years, actually. And it just read me, honestly. So I ain't even gonna name it. But hey, for the listeners, it is a book that I did read or listen to, but I ain't even about to name it. You know what I mean? But that's that. Hey, CJ, what you got anything else for us? Any thoughts, questions, anything?
God, just keep it going, man. I love what y'all got going on. Ain't really much to say. I enjoyed my time with you guys. Senior Chief, Master Chief. I appreciate y'all lending y'all platform to me, especially the junior sailors. A lot of times we feel like our voice is not being heard. You guys are putting out a different platform, alternative, except for, outside of the CO suggestion box. Permission to speak freely. The name says it all in itself. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be watching.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, man, thanks for coming on. Like for this one, we just wanted to keep it real. Like I said, no pre-stage, much of anything, couple thoughts, but we appreciate you, man. Good luck. Good luck next week.
See, I had to bring it right back to the forefront of my head. Y'all really got my mind off of it.
Yeah,
you played me.
Good luck next week. And shout out to all the people that like been through it. Like we done been around now long enough that we got listeners that been through it and then made it, and now they like, hey, when I was putting my package together, I was listening to y'all, shit like that. So it's people like that now. Like one of our listeners or more has found out they made Chief today. Hey, shout out to you. Keep it up. And they say they get motivated when they listen to us and all that. Thank y'all for that. Sometimes I'll be, wondering why. Matter of fact, I'm going to read a review for you go, Damon. Somebody wrote us a review, man.
Oh, yeah.
This is what they said, man. They said, this is the only podcast I listen to. The conversations these three have are great. This podcast is fire, hands down. Everyone should tune into this podcast. I don't even listen to music anymore. I only tune into this podcast. I hope this podcast lasts for years to come.
Wow.
McNasty 904. So thanks, McNasty 904.
McNasty 904, man.
Yeah,
Shout
it says mandatory listen. So and that's a new review we got on Apple. So hey, thanks. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Hey, CJ, man, thanks. Good luck, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, big shots out, man. Hey, CJ. Hey, check us out, man.
Letting y'all know.
What are you talking about?
Monday, I will be letting y'all know.
Yeah, please. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Hey, thanks for coming on the pod, man. Hey, again, congratulations to everything you got going on, man. In your life, in your personal life, and everything, man. We'll be looking to see if you freaking, Monday on how it works out for you, man. Hopefully it does. We praying for you, but at the same time, man, we glad to have you on, man. The podcast is dope. What you had to say is dope. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep training your replacements, man. And you're gonna do great, man. Regardless of whatever happens, you're gonna be great.
Appreciate you.